Welcome viewers to the Dr. Thomas Ongalo platform for training, the training for those people who want to or who have the data and they want to analyze. One of the tools or some of the tools that we have that we can use to analyze data, like this one which is before you or the one which is on the screen. Now, this is the SPSS. Now, you can see I have two windows here. There is window for variable. If you can look at the left-hand side, downwards at the corner, you'll find that look at where the arrow is, the cursor is. There is variable view, and there is also data view. Now, under the variable view, you realize that all these are variables. And these variables were reacted on by the respondents, those whom I gave the questionnaire to fill for me so that I can get the reaction. Then I analyze the data and make recommendations on them. So you can see we have the gender, the age, the marital status, all these, all the way up to the other end. Then again, coming to the data view, you realize that the same variables that I have now in each of them, there is now a data which has been prepared and insert. For example, if you look at the gender, somebody may be wondering, why do we see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? Now, that one, if you want to know, for those who are very new in the SPSS and how to input them, I'll take you to the variable view, and under the variable view, I will simply go to where we have the values. If you look at if I click where there is values, you realize that I have actually the value labels where I have the value. And under this value, what happens is that I will put what I want in terms of the scale. If, for example, I decide to have 1 for male, you can see 1 is for male, and the 2 is now going, is now going to be for the female. That is why on the side of my data view, you can see, on the data view, you can see that I have this 1 and 2. Again, if you look at, say, back to this side, look at, say, the education. So education, there is now this 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. Now, what does that actually mean? This is a scale, but what you will notice is that 3 will be representing a certain scale or a certain group of people, that is the respondent. So if I take you to that side, I'll go to, say, this education, and you'll find that what happened is that the scale was between 1 to 6, where 1 represents certificate, 2 diploma, meaning that those people who will tick for me the box 2, I will assume that they're for the diploma, and those who will tick 6 will be for others. How to input them in the system like I have, I think is now a debate that we should set another, or I should set another day for it. What I wanted to bring before the viewers is that the SPSS looks like this once the data has been prepared and input on them. But now one will be wondering that what next once the data has been put, like I have already inserted them. Now, you can use either the window, you can come to the variable, you can come to the data view, because what happens is that whichever window you are in, this analysis, this transform window, this data window remains on the same one, on the same place. So if I wanted to analyze, say, for example, the gender, I wanted to analyze the age, marital, education, I'll just pick, I like to go to analyze. Whenever you click this analyze window, you will be presented with a number of features, of which we have the report, descriptive, so many of them. Now, depending on what you want to do, you will go and choose the appropriate feature. For our case, I want the descriptive statistics, so I will simply come to descriptive, And then when I highlight it again, it will give me some more features, which again, I will have to go and choose which one I want. So for example, if I go for the frequency, then I'll click the frequency and I choose also here, which one do I want to analyze? I may want to analyze either one of them. I will click and I will shift it to the variables. Then what I will need to do is I simply, and of course, what do I want? Because if you look at the right-hand side, we have got the statistics, the charts, the format, the style, the bootstrap. Now, what are all these? You must know what they are. And again, at the back of your mind, you must know what do you want. And for example, if I can click the gender here under the statistics, you will see what it is presenting me with. Now, the question it is asking me is that, am I looking for the percentile? Am I looking for the central tendering? Am I looking for dispersion? What am I looking for? So if at all I'm looking for the mean, I will just go and click the mean. If I'm looking for, the quartile, I will go and click the quartile. If I'm looking for, say, the standard deviation, I will go and click that. So depending on what I want, and then I come back here and I do what? I come back here and I actually say continue. Sorry for that interruption of the internet. I hope things will improve. So I click continue. And of course, now if I want to get the statistics of my gender, I simply come and click OK. Now, when I click OK, you will see the result that I will be getting. You can see that under the gender, I have the male, I have the female, and what is it telling me? That out of the 300 of them, the male are 34.3%, while female are 65.7%. So then here, you see now I've got the data I've analyzed. I know that female are more than the what? More than the male. So if this was a certain organization, then when I'm doing a report is that in this study, in this organization, female are employed or females are existing in that organization. How many times? Maybe 2 times the number of men. And so what? And you see, that is now what it means to now say the interpretation. How do you interpret that? Now, again, I can still go back to the same analysis. Of course, I will have to close that and I don't save. Then I come back to the analysis. Now, if, for example, I wanted to analyze all of the demographic variables, I just come and highlight the 4 of them. I bring, of course, I need to take back where it was. Then now I just come and highlight all of them. If I shift them to that place, I come to OK. You can see exactly what it is giving me. You can see that there is gender has been analyzed. There is age that has been analyzed. You can see there is marital status that, you see, now you can tell a story. You can now start telling us that in respect of education, diploma is 39%, bachelor degree is what? Is 61%, meaning that in this organization, we don't have the certificate, neither do we have the postgraduate. And so what does that mean? You see, now that is the question of interpretations. And then you do a reflection with what you are actually trying, or the problem that you are trying to, work around. That is the beauty of, first of all, collecting the data, preparing them, bringing them here, and now simplifying them so that in each and every variable, you are able to tell your audience what that exactly means. Now, that is on the side of maybe the demographic. That is what actually we do, viewers. If at all you think you have interest and you want to attend this training, which is offered by Khasalome Consultancy, headed by Dr. Thomas Ongalo, then you will be always subscribing to the YouTube, which shortly I will be posting this, so that whenever you subscribe, and there is a video which is a short of video which is done, then it will be posted there, and automatically you will be able to view it and learn from there. For those who want it to be done face-to-face, again, there is a contact that it will appear on the screen, which you will always use whenever you want it on a one-on-one, or if you want it on the online, it is also there. You will also be able to reach us. But that is not what I wanted to discuss this evening. I wanted to take the viewers through what is this SPSS and how do we go about the SPSS. Now I can get out of that, and then I ask myself, now under this analysis, which of course is the center of the analysis, what else do I want to analyze? Now, if again, I want to get maybe the mean, I want to get the standard deviation, I simply come to the descriptive statistics. I look for where the descriptive is. When I click there, as you are seeing, I should be able now to go for the standard deviation, which I can decide to pick independent variable, which was in respect of question 1A, question 1B, question 1C. And you see, I can take 3 of them. Then I click. As I click, I will send them there. I will send them there. Once I send them there, I just go to OK, and you will see the result which is coming out. So viewers, you can agree with me that on the SPSS, it has got a number of things that you can do on it in order to achieve the objective of a descriptive statistics. So you can see here that the 300 respondents that is under the N who answered question 1, most of them did between a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 5, giving us a mean of 4.8900 with a standard deviation of 0.31341. Now, again, what does that mean? So like I told you, it is you to know what do you want, because after you have analyzed this and got the mean to be 4.8, what does it mean? The standard deviation to be that figure, what does it mean? Okay, if it means this, then what do you recommend? So again, that is exactly how we go about with the what? With the descriptive. But we may also further want to get to the deeper understanding of it. And that will now force us to go to inferential statistics, which again, we can still come to the analyze. Now here, this time we may want to do the regression. And how do we do the regression? The regression will, of course, look for where the regression is. You come here to regression, then again, you will find these variables here or these features here. And if you don't know what you want to do, then it will be a big problem. That is why, yes, here you are with the SPSS, and here you know about the regression, but which one will give you what? So you go for the one which will give you what you want. For example, for this case, I will go to the linear. Now, linear, of course, you know, it is the one which is related to the concept of y is equal to a plus b what? That regression model. So if you come to the linear, then of course here now you can see under this linear regression, we have got the dependent variable, we have got the independent, we have got a lot of things here, but you need to know what do you want and where do you want to go. For example, if I wanted to get the regression analysis for maybe some of the variables that I have here, I will simply say, which one do I consider to be dependent? Am I considering this to be dependent, or am I considering this to be independent? Now, for example, if this was my independent, I bring it there. Oh, sorry, I bring this one there. Then if the remaining these were my independent variables, I bring them there. And of course, it is important to know what is this independent variable that I'm talking about, and also what is this what? what is this dependent variable that I'm also talking about. Then you simply come here. Under statistics, of course, you should also know what are you looking for. Here, there's a number of things, but depending on what you want, you will have to know, why do you click R square change? Why do you click descriptive? Why do you click, depending on what you want. Again, you will also realize that we also have what under plot. When do you come here? Is it when you are looking for the intermediation, or is it when you are looking for the moderation? I think those are the things that should be attracting you to join a Khasalome Consultancy training platform, either face-to-face or online, so that you learn a lot of things. So for example, if this is what I wanted, I simply come here and click, and of course, you'll find that now I've got at least 3 tables here. Now, the 3 tables which I have here is the model summary, I have the ANOVA, I have the coefficients. And what does this mean? Then again, it is a question of what did you want to get out? So here, what is important is that we have the model 1, where we have model summary, we have the R square, we have the R. What does this R mean? Of course, this is the relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable. But what it means deeper, I think, is something that we need to set a day for it. What I wanted is, how do you get to this model summary? Look at the R square, which is the center of interest. Come to the ANOVA. What do you want here? For example, you can see that we have the degree of freedom, which under the regression, we have 3. What does that 3 means? This now means the 3 variables that we had. What is this residual, which is 296? And how do we come to 299? Now we come to 299, considering that always the statistics, we have what the formula of n minus 1. The n minus 1, of course, out of 300, we are left with the 299. And what does that mean? So here again, what does this ANOVA mean to us? Which areas are very important for us to look at? Look at the F column. Look at the significant column. Of course, this means that this model is very, very, valuable, is fit for the prediction of what we want to find out. Again, when you come to the coefficients, this is now the values that you have actually got. Look at the variables, the variable 1B, 1C, and also AB1. You can see, what does the B mean? What does the significant column mean? You see, here, the significant is the area that normally we focus on so much, because we want to ask ourselves that do these variables need to worry us or need to attract our attention? What makes them now attract our attention or be of great concern is the significant, the levels. And then again, what value did they produce? The value that they produce also, we come to the beta. This B stands for the beta, and you can see the constant is 3.708. Then again, the question of what is this constant, this constant is a question that we also need to look at. And of course, this should be on another, for another day. So you can see what variable 1 produced, what variable 2 produced, variable 3. You can see now the variable 3 is negative. Then again, what does that negative mean? And again, if you go to the significant, you realize that it is 0.172, and some of them are 0.00. Then again, the question is, what does that mean? So you can see that in the SPSS as a tool for analyzing the data, there are a lot of things that we can talk about, which of course is found on the platform of Khasalome Consultancy Limited, which is everywhere. Open, you go to the YouTube, you do the subscription on Khasalome Consultancy, you will always find at least, data which is performed and analyzed on the SPSS. And of course, that is an area, or these are the areas that today I really wanted to talk about. Now, for those who are interested in further, getting the benefit of this analysis on the platform, of course, as I've advised, that you need to subscribe on the YouTube, which of course will be, or I have shared with you on the platform. And I think for that, for today, that should mark the end of the lesson. And let's meet for another day. Bye-bye. God bless you and thank you.